Hi everyone, this is CMA. So this video is aiming at discussing the multiple choice questions, that is MCQs, from the entire taxes for that is applicable for the CA or CMA. I'm actually focusing on Indo students, but final students also can attend this session. I'm first of all sorry for my sound because I'm actually suffering from too cold and cough, but students are continuously requesting please do this MCQ session, and that's the only reason I'm actually doing it now. Otherwise I won't be doing it now because my sound is actually not clearest. Okay, anyway, so the this MCQ, we have two types of MCQs there. One is direct MCQs, and before that let me tell you this. I'm actually doing the MCQs that is from the ICAI, that is Chartered Accountants of India. Their website, we have this PDF, so you can download it from there, and you can. So I'm just actually following that one only. So anyway, two types of MCQs will be there. One is direct types of MCQs, and I will not be discussing those things because that's very easy in fact. So what I'm doing is I will be discussing the case-based scenario MCQs. That is actually a little bit tricky, and it will take time more. So students from exams, they will be exam hall. They will be actually what we say. Continuously saying that they are not able to find the time to solve these MCQs, and and one more thing I want to tell you this. If you want to do MCQs, you have to be thorough with the theories, provisions. If you try hundreds of MCQs, they can easily find out other type of MCQs. That's a different scenario. So you have to be thorough with the theory first of all. Okay. Anyway, I'm directly getting to the topic. Case-based scenario, I'm just taking it. So here comes the case scenarios, and I'll be discussing that one by one. So let's see how much how many case scenario let's discuss. Let's see. Okay, so first of all, Mr. Pashupati, registered taxpayer under GST, is engaged in trading of various types of consumer goods. His turnover in the preceding financial year was below the threshold limit of liable for registration. During the month of April in the current year, he availed the following services: GTA services, and the GST was charged at 5%, and renting of godowns premises from local municipality 40,000. And then legal service availed from a firm of advocate. So these are all the expenses he has incurred in this tax period. He sold a car used for personal purpose for 1 lakh. He disposed of all the computers for 60,000, on which no ITC was claimed. He also gave away his stock all consumer goods amounting to 75,000, on which he had claimed ITC. To an orphanage home, he received the goods on 1st May that are liable to tax under the reverse charge. Invoice was issued on 5th May, and the payment for the same was made on 6th June, entered in the books on the same day, and debited in the bank on 7th June. He paid repairs expenses for truck used for transportation of goods, and he arranged the catering of his Labor Day functions, and GST component was 15,000. He received first lot of certain goods having GST components 25,000. All the amounts given above exclusive taxes were applicable. All the supplies referred in the above are intra-state supplies. Okay. Based on the information given below, choose the most appropriate answer. So this is a case scenario, case they've given. So we have to actually look into the different questions they have formed from these sentences, these cases, right? So first they are asking, determine the value of service taxable under reverse charge mechanism. That's the first thing they are actually asking. Let's see. Determine the value of services taxable under reverse charge mechanism. So this is the first scenario. Okay, so they given different options. You should not check into the options first. Okay, you have to do it on your own, then check with the options. Otherwise what will happen is that we will be try to match with the options, so that will there is a huge chance of making mistakes. Okay, so just look at the services which is liable to pay under RCM. Okay, look at here. Okay, so I'll tell you the answer you might have in your mind. So RCM, we have discussed the RCM, right, where we have studied GTA, and GTA, when it is opting 5%, definitely RCM comes. and this is a renting of premises from a local municipality, means it's a government, right? So in case that also RCM will be applicable, and legal services from an advocate firm, that also RCM is applicable. So in your mind, what will be the answer? I will tell you 35 plus 40 plus 50, 1,25,000, 1,25,000. Yeah, it is there in the option also. So you will be clicking that one, right? Yeah, but then there is a small twist. So most of the students might not be aware of that twist. Let's see. See, GT, of course, I am not discussing that. Of course, if it's 5%, in the new amendment, that is applicable for the May 2023 exams, we already discussed in the amendment session that is GT has two options. That is either 5%. 5% they have two options. Either they can pay under RCM normally, or they can choose to pay under FCM also. But then anyway, since they are not mentioned anything, this is RCM only. And the government case also, the renting to a business entity by a governmental entity, that also RCM, no confusion. So your point of view is correct in these two things. But then when it comes to legal services by a firm of advocate, that is not RCM, buddies. Why it is not RCM? Let's take the theory first. Okay, I'll show you the theory. You might have studied in the RCM list. This is RCM. I'm just following my book. Okay, so whatever books you are following, you can choose that. Okay, so in that, advocate is there, right? Advocate, and in that RCM is applicable. That's RCM is applicable. No confusion. But then there is another issue there. I'll tell you that. But then the issue is, if you take the exemption chapter, okay, if you take the exemption chapter, there we have a legal services. There we have a legal services. Okay, legal services. Let's see. Sorry. Let me pause this. Okay, I've taken this legal services. In the legal services, advocate arbitral tribunal, same exemption we have. So when the arbitral tribunal or a advocate, they are providing to a person other than business entity, that means a non-business entity, that is exempted. Second point is very important. To a business entity with an aggregate turnover up to such an amount in the preceding financial year as make it eligible for exemption from registration. That's a catching word. Okay. See, that means if an advocate is providing services to a business entity, that is normally taxable under RCM. But if the aggregate turnover of this business entity in the last year, preceding financial year, is less than the threshold limit for registration. That means we have studied 40 lakh or 20 lakh or 10 lakh. Do you remember that? Yes. So if the aggregate turnover of that business entity in the last year is less than this limit, then that is exempted. So tell me, sir, where they've given the information regarding that? That is the first thing they've given. In the preceding financial year, their aggregate turnover was below the threshold limit. So this is not RCM, buddies. This is exempted. So only two things are coming under RCM, that is 35,000 plus 40,000. So the correct answer for this is 75,000. It's clear? Okay. Let's go to the second question. In respect of sale of personal car and disposal of computer and stock of goods, total value of supply. Okay, so he has sold his personal car. He has disposed of computer given to orphanage, right? And also he have given some stock also, right? So what is the value of supply? Okay, look at there. Let's see. Okay, so where is it? He sold his car for his personal purpose for 1 lakh, and he disposed of his old computer for 60,000, on which no ITC claimed. He he also gave a stock old consumer goods amounting to 75,000, on which he had claimed the ITC. So tell me, buddies, which is the correct answer here? Here we have 60,000, 75,000, 1 lakh 35, 2 lakh 35. So tell me which is the correct option there. So the problem is here, I think they made a mistake. In the suggested answer they given 60,000, but that is wrong, because on that computer they have not taken any ITC. So disposed of, in the sense there is no consideration, we guess, right? But then 75,000 that's a old stock on which ITC had claimed. So that's a supply. So So in my opinion, the answer would be the 75,000. They're given 60,000, but I don't see any other twist in that. Yeah, 75,000 would be, not 60,000 actually. Yes, fine. Is there any other twist in returns? No, right? Nothing. So the specifically in respect to personal car and the disposal of computers and stock, because personal car is not supply because we know that that's not in the course of furtherance of business, and disposal of computer also it's not supply because on which ITC has not claimed, but in stock they actually claimed ITC. So whatever they're doing, even if it is given to an offerage, definitely it's supply. Okay. Next one, time of supply of goods received by Mr. Pashupati is okay. Though so the where is that? He received a goods on 1st May that are liable to tax and a reverse charge. So you have to go to the theory that is in the section 12 subsection 3. Okay, everyone go to that section. Then refer that theory first. There you will have to see what is the date of receipt of goods, then date of making the payment. Making the payment in the sense either debiting from the bank account or entry in the books, and the 31st day from the invoice date, right? So tell me which is the time of supply there. He received the goods on 1st May, so that is the one date you have to compare. Then invoice on 5th May. 5th May in the sense that you have to add 31st day on that. So 31 day. So May 31 minus 5 is 26. Then in June. Okay. Then so it's June 5. June 5, May 1st. Then 6th. Okay. So the time of supply. Tell me which is time of supply there. Time of supply, date of receipt of goods. Date of receipt of goods is 1st May. Okay. Then invoice date you should not compare, but then 31st day. 31st day will become on 5th June. 5th June. Then date of payment is 6th June or 7th June, whichever is earlier. So 6th June. 6th June is the payment date, right? Okay, payment on 6th June. So whichever is earlier, that is the 1st May. 1st May is the time of supply. Okay. So there we have 1st May, right? So 1st May is the time of supply. The suggested answer also they are given the same. Okay. Compute the amount of ITZ. Compute the amount of ITZ except ITZ on reverse charge. Okay. You ignore the reverse charge, and what is the amount of ITZ that can be claimed by Mr. Pashupati? So the ITZ information you have to read here. He paid a repair expense for truck. So okay, I'll tell you the theory first. Then GST component involved in 30,000. He arranged a catering for his workers on Labor Day. 15,000 received first lot of certain goods having GST component. So this is the information from here. You have to find out the ITZ. Okay, read it and tell me what is ITZ. So before that, let me show you the theory first. So this is the ITC chapter. So everyone, I'm requesting everyone to open the ITC chapter, whatever books you're following. So in that we have section 16, then we have section 17, right? Apportionment and blocked credit. In that blocked credit, we have first one. This is general insurance, repairs and maintenance on motor vehicle. Which type of motor vehicle? For transportation of person. For transportation of person. So I have given here the restriction only on the passenger vehicle. Restriction only on the passenger vehicle. So whether the repairing expense on truck is blocked. Blocked in the sense you cannot take that ITC. That's a blocking provision. I think all of you might be knowing this. This is not a theory discussion, right? We are doing the problem. So I'm assuming that everybody thorough with the theories, right? So truck is not blocked. So that you can take 13,000 you can take. So that is okay, fine. Then he has arranged for some catering, food items and they paid GST 15,000. So and the below that we have something called here where it is food items, food and beverages, outdoor catering, everything is blocked, so you cannot take. So this 15,000 you cannot take. And another one is that he has received a first lot of a certain goods. So we have discussed under section 16 where the goods are received in lots or installment. You can take the ITZ when the last installment is received. Here we have just received the first installment. So can you take the ITZ by the time, or sorry, when you receive the first installment. No, you can take only when the last installment is received. So these two you cannot take, right? So the only ITC you can take is 13,000. So here you can take only 13,000. Easy, that is the answer. So first case scenario is okay. So it's actually easy. That's why I'm telling there is no symbol there is no mechanism to solve MCQs. Only mechanism is that you have to thorough with the theory. You have to thorough with each and every theory. That's the only mechanism. Then only you can solve it. Otherwise, whatever, if you're doing what we say thousands of MCQ, they can come up with a new MCQ. That's for sure. So you can't mug up thousands of MCQ or no. Actually, what we say no need also. Because as I told you, if you mug upping this 1000 MCQ, they can come up with a new MCQ. That's one. So the only mechanism is that you have to thorough with the theory. Okay, fine. So let's try another MCQ here. Okay, fine. It's actually some bigger one, right? Okay. Mrs. Vital and Company registered supplier under GST is dealing in supply of taxable goods in the state of Karnataka. The firm had opted for composition scheme from April month of last financial year. Okay. Its turnover crossed 1.5 crore on 9th May of the current financial year. He had opted withdrawal of composition on the said date. Vital and Company removed goods on 10th June for delivery to Suri and Company on sale or return basis and accepted the goods on 15th December. The firm has paid the GST for various items during the month of August. So when it is crossing 9th May, right? Okay. So in the August, it is comprised of the following: GST paid on input services intended to for personal purpose, and GST paid on purchase motor vehicle for transportation purpose, being two-wheeler having a capacity of 25 cc. Okay. GST paid on purchase of computer 90,000. GST portion was included as a part of cost on to claim depreciation under the income tax. During the May, Vital and Company had reversed ITC of 10,000 for not making the payment to vendors within the time prescribed under section under CGST 2017. This pending payment was cleared in the month of August. Out of purchase made and ITC availed during the early months, the following information made available as on September. Payment due 165, 199 and 99. Okay. Related ITC component. Vital Company received the accounting services from Raghu and Company and associate enterprises located in Sri Lanka. Raghu and Company issued invoice for the service on 1st September, which was entered by Vital Company in the books on 10th October, but the payment was made on 30th September. All the supplies referred above intra-states unless specified otherwise. Conditions of for ITC are fulfilled. Based on the information, you have to answer the following. Okay, so it's a one interesting question, wonderful question, right? Okay, first they are asking, Vital Company needs to furnish a statement containing details of stock of input or input held in the semi-finished good or finished goods on the withdrawal of composition scheme by. This is the first thing they are asking. Okay, but what is actually they are asking about? The statement of stock and input. What is what actually they are asking for? See, under everyone, please take section 18. Section 18. I've already taken this. Section 18. Okay. Section 18 is that credit in special circumstances, where we have discussed different scenarios, right? And under that, a person switches from the composition to normal dealer. So this is the exact case they are given in the MCQ scenario. So in that case, we can take the ITC on the input and capital goods. But for that, there is a procedure. You have to so that means when you are changing from the composition scheme to normal scheme, you can take the ITC on stock. But then you have to submit details of the stock on that date within 30 days from the date on which become eligible to take ITC. That means within 30 days from changing to normal scheme. Okay. So tell me, buddies, when you have changed the turnover has crossed on which date? Tell me. On 10th June, not June, right? Okay, it's crossed on 9th May. 9th May. Okay, so 9th May means in May we have 31 days. 31 May minus 9, so 22 days will be elapsed in May. Balance, how many days will be to reach 30 days? 8 days. That is in June, right? So June 8 is the date for submitting that ITC01. IT01 is the form. Okay, that they are asking about that IT01. So that have to be submitted by 9th May. That is actually which date I wrote? 8th June. 8th June. Sorry, 8th June. correct? Yes. So you got right how the 8th June has come, right? Yes. Second question they're asking about is in respect of the goods sent on sale or return basis, issue invoice. You have to read a theory from the time of supply chapter. So please take everyone time of supply chapter. Okay, in this time of supply chapter, we have something called sale on approval basis or sale or return basis. So in that you have to issue invoice when the supply taken place or maximum 6 months from the date of sending, whichever is earlier. So in our question, tell me buddies, when we have sent the goods on approval basis, okay, when we have sent, when? On 10th June they have sent it for approval basis, and their confirmation accepted, and okay, 15th December. Okay, this is actually interesting. See, so the answer you might be thinking is 15th December. So then only they have accepted, right? But there is a small issue, that is if you have accepted within that 6 months, then the accepted date is the last date for issuing the invoices. But if you have not accepted within that 6 months, then the date on which that 6 months elapses, that is the last date. So that on that day you will have to issue the invoices. So tell me 10th June, so 1 month will be 10th July, then 10th August, 10th September, 10th October, 10th November, 10th December. 10th December is the date on which that 6 month ends. But by that time you have not accepted the consignment, right? So you have to issue the invoices on that 10th December, irrespective of the fact that he has not accepted the things, right? So the answer is on 10th December. Let's see. Yes, 10th December. So this is the answer. Easy. Next one. Determine the amount of eligible ITC that can be availed by Vittel company for the month of August. So how much amount he can claim as ITC, tell me. Okay, so this is the information they given regarding that ITC. But actually I'm a little bit differing from the institute view. Let's see. So first of all, tell me whether they can take the ITC on this personal purpose. Of course, no. So this 12,000 we cannot take, right? Okay, that is for sure. We cannot take. Okay, this 12,000 we cannot take definitely. And tell me, buddies, whether they can take ITC on this motor vehicle, in the sense two-wheeler bike. See, logically we cannot take, of course we cannot take, because it's a motor vehicle and less than 13 seating capacity. But the thing is, the wordings they given is actually a little bit confusing, because motor vehicle for business is being a two-wheeler, but having engine capacity of 25 cc. If they given more than 25 cc, okay, I'll be agreeing with their answers. But then we have a motor vehicle definition for information. We have a motor vehicle definition, because when you purchasing a motor vehicle, then only it is blocked. Motor vehicle with seating capacity less than or equal to 13 is blocked. But what is a motor vehicle? In that it is clearly given vehicle with less than 4 seating capacity, not exceeding 25 cc. 25 cubic centimeters and cubic capacity actually same. Okay, so not exceeding 25 cc is not a motor vehicle. It's not a motor vehicle. So if it's not a motor vehicle, then it is the blocking provision is not attracted. So going by that way, it's actually we can take this 9,000 as ITC in fact. But then the suggested answer they given only this 19,000. Okay, computer. Sorry. There is a small mistake, buddy. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry for this, because yeah. Instead, I actually taken my view, means both views are actually correct. See, I also made a mistake, because I'm first of all I've checked the answer. That's the issue. See, I'm sorry. Whatever things I'm just in the last 1 minute you just forget. So we are computing the amount of ITC eligible, right? So okay. So this 12,000 we cannot take. Now tell me whether this 9,000 can we take? Of course yes. Why this 9,000? Logic you have to understand, because it's a motor vehicle, in the sense bike, in the two-wheeler. Two-wheeler, of course, normally it's a motor vehicle, but then in the motor vehicle definition they are given, if the seating capacity less than 4, so it is 2, so less than 4, and the cc does not exceed 25 cc, then it is not a motor vehicle. If it's not a motor vehicle, then it is not covered under 17.5, it is not blocked. So this is, of course, we can take. Okay, and then computer, you cannot take this 19,000. Why? Because you are claiming the depreciation on that GST portion, so you cannot take this. Already you might have stated the theory, right? But then how it is 19,000 they got, how this 9,000 plus this 10,000? Why? Because in the ITC chapter, you might have studied section 16. In that section 16, you in the conditions, where is it, section 16? In the conditions, we have studied one thing called tax must be paid to the supplier. Tax plus value must be paid to the supplier within 180 days. Within 180 days from the invoices. If you are not paying that amount within 180 days, you will have to pay back that amount. But and ITC again can be availed on the subsequent payment. So look here. In the May, they have reversed ITC of 10,000 for not making the payment within the 180 days. But now they cleared that payment in August, so they can take this 10,000 in this August. So this is the 19,000. This 9,000 plus this 10,000. So 19,000 they can take, right? Okay. So 19,000 they can take. This is the answer. So mistake from my side. Sorry. Okay. Compute the amount of ITC to be reversed for the month of September. So tell me how much amount they have to reverse. Reverse in the sense, we all know that if they are not making the payment within 180 days, then they have to reverse. So tell me how much amount of ITC they will have to reverse. How much they will have to pay reverse? Is this due? No. 180 days is a time limit. So this is the only one thing which is exceeded the time limit. So 15,000 is the answer. 15,000 is the answer, right? Okay, 15,000. Then time of supply in respect of services imported by Vittel company from its associate enterprises. So tell me what is the time of supply? For information, if you are actually here, look at received accounting service from rubber company associate enterprise located in Sri Lanka. So it's importation services. Importation of services is covered under RCM. Okay, I'll show you the theory first. Okay, it is covered under RCM. Okay. So time of supply, let's take time of supply first. Okay, in the time of supply I've given here, in case of importation of services, it is covered under RCM. So you have to determine the time of supply in case of RCM, date of payment or 61st day from the invoice, whichever is earlier. That is a normal case of finding out the time of supply in case of RCM. But if you are importing from associate entity, then the time of supply will be date of payment or date of entry in the books, whichever is earlier. This 61st day you should not check in that. So tell me, buddies, what would be the time of supply here? By reading this, they have actually invoices on 1st September and they entered in the books on 10th October and paid make the payment on 30th September. So tell me, which is the time of supply here? Which is the time of supply? Is it 1st September? No. We have to check only 2 dates. Only one is entry in the books, that is 10th October, or the payment. Payment is on 30th September. So which is earlier? 30th September is the earliest date, right? Okay. So 30th September is the time of supply. Easy. Okay. So everything is like this only. It's not that difficult one. It's actually if you read the theory thoroughly, you can do any MCQs very easily. Okay. Yeah. So let's do the next MCQ. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So